Joined here at the cufflink with Chippenham Town captain Kieran Parselle. Kieran, playoff semi-final, it just wasn't to be today, was it, mate? I know obviously you and the boys gave absolutely everything, but just come up a little bit short. Another extra time period, a 1-0 defeat. I know it's a bit raw, but talk us through your thoughts, mate.
It's a tough one to take, obviously, but I think it's one we'll look back in a few weeks and be proud of everything that's happened. To get there at this stage is an achievement in itself. Obviously we wanted to go the whole way. We believe we could. But when you come to a place that have got a full-time outfit, they're a good team. But I think we minimised them to very little. Bearing in mind we played 120 minutes about 48 hours ago, 72 hours ago. Just shows how fit we are as a team. To dig in there, we knew we were going to go under it a little bit, but we had good spells ourselves of our possession. And you can tell all the boys out there worked their socks off, and listen, it just wasn't meant to be. But like I said, it's one we can be proud of.
Talk about the game, Kieran. I mean, we come down here a couple of weeks ago knowing that we needed something from the game, really, in a series of cup finals where we needed to make the playoffs in the first place. Knowing that we were coming back here after that 2-2 draw, the last time we were here, we sort of limited them to 2 set pieces, which is where it hurt us. And today, I don't think outside of maybe one very good save down there in the second half, I believe Will hasn't really had to do much in the way of work. I'm not sure what the official stats say, but to restrict a side like Ebbsfleet to very, very limited chances over 120 minutes, when you've already alluded to the fact that they work full-time on their patterns of play, on their sliding and screening and getting through, that must be an achievement in itself. Yeah,
definitely. Listen, we've come here, I think, 3 or 4, 5 times now, and we've always done well. Obviously, I know we've lost today, but a few weeks ago we've come here and drew, and we're disappointed with a draw. So that just shows what a group we got in there. A lot of heart, a lot of desire, and yeah, it's a tough one to take. We'll go again, keep building, and like I said, we'll look back in a few weeks and we should all be proud of ourselves. I'm just hoping the fans have enjoyed it today for the occasion and stuff like that. But we're just gutted. We just couldn't go that extra little bit. You can see the boys are out on their feet towards the end. It's no easy shift, going 120 minutes at Dartford and then another 120 minutes here with how well they moved the ball. But like I said, they didn't create much.
I think I could speak for all of those fans, Kieran. I was one of those guys behind the goal, cheering, and hopefully seeing you do it. They're all immensely proud. The overriding feeling at the end of that game, I mean, I've got Ebbsfleet running down and celebrating in front of us like it's an absolutely massive achievement, and to be fair, credit to them, because it is a massive achievement to beat this side. When you look at your job in particular as the captain of the side, you leave it all out there for the boys, but as a first and foremost as a defender, to go 240 minutes in the playoffs, conceding one goal to one good football side. Bear in mind, we played Dartford, we played Ebbsfleet. We took a clean sheet from Havant, clean sheet at Oxford, clean sheet at Dulwich. It's such an important and an integral part of the football to keep clean sheets and make sure that teams are keeping you honest and making sure they're hard work for the goals that are there. For the boys that you share the back line with, for your goalkeeper, I think is, for my money, been the best goalkeeper in the league this season. Right. Yeah. It must be immensely proud for you boys to look back on, certainly for the last sort of 6 or 7 games, and think, yeah, we couldn't have really done any better.
Yeah, no, definitely. And listen, it's not, like I've said throughout my interviews, it's not just the back 5, and obviously Will and goal. It's not just us as the whole team collectively. We know what we've got to do off the ball. Rossi and Tommy obviously in front, doing that extra bit of sliding the screen when needed. Been excellent. But it's not been just the clean sheets. We look very dangerous in the attack. Obviously we probably pulled up a little bit short towards the end, but that was always going to happen. But listen, I'm proud of every single one of them, and they should take a lot of heart from it.
Kieran, we'll leave it for the time being. Obviously, we know we're going to go over and get some food and wrap things up, and get on with our preparations for next season. And I'm sure I speak for all of Chippenham supporters when I hope that you'll be back in the armband next season. But for all those Chippenham supporters that have made their trip today, I think we've as a valiant effort from the guys back home to get coaches organised, to get tickets sorted from allocation, to bring somewhere near the best part of 300 people here to Ebbsfleet today to come and cheer you on. It's an absolutely incredible achievement. The last time I believe we took more than one supporters coach was way back against Histon, when we were right back in the mud in the Southern Premier League. But to take 2 supporters supporters coaches, several cars, people coming up on trains just to come and get behind you and the boys. That must be an immense feeling as a captain, knowing that you've been here for long enough, and now obviously the badge just means that little bit more to you. For you guys to come over and see that reception at the end after just falling that little bit short, it makes it that little bit more special, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course, and obviously we always want the crowds to be there with us because they're our 12th man. And like I said, I can't thank them enough for coming along today. They were making a lot of noise, and I'm just hoping they've gone home proud of what us boys in there have achieved this season. Like I said, we couldn't go that extra bit of distance, but to be in amongst the teams that are in that category is a great achievement in itself. But yeah, we're gutted, to be fair.
Well, Pars, the season finally is over for Chippenham Town. Go and enjoy a well-deserved rest, young man. Ladies and gentlemen, it just came a little bit short. However, our captain, our leader, Mr. Kieran Parselle, well done for a great season, young man. Continuing coverage here at the home of Ebbsfleet with Chippenham player Joe Hanks. Joe, it just wasn't to be today, mate. It was one game too far, but you know the scenes at the end there. Immensely proud of the boys, and obviously the boys are immensely proud of the supporters. And as a club, days like this, they don't come around too often. It must be a great feeling knowing that you extended the season and gave one of the biggest clubs in non-league football a real good go at their own on their own patch.
Yeah, definitely. I think you can see all the fans that come today, which were brilliant. So all of us gave everything. There was nothing left out there today. We knew we'd come here. We had a game plan. We felt comfortable. We thought confident that we were going to do enough to get through, but just wasn't quite meant to be today, which is unfortunate. And obviously the journey's come to an end now. But yeah, everyone can hold their heads up and be extremely proud.
I think we'll talk about a few key moments in the game for yourself, Joe. You know, it was another real positive performance from yourself, dropping into that sort of more advanced role now with Russie and Mayhew doing a lot of the grafting behind, allowing you to play with a bit of expression. The boys that played out wide today, I thought as a collective, as a sort of a front four, I thought you guys were absolutely magnificent today. And although it drew a blank, it wasn't for a lack of chances. I think we really gave them a bit of a fright in that first 90 minutes. Yeah,
no, that's it. We had a couple of half chances. One in the second half deflected, and the keeper was gone, and it's just gone past the post. But that's it. It just didn't quite fall for us today, did it? Unfortunately, obviously, but previously we've took those chances. Like when we came here a couple of weeks ago, I put one in the top corner, or nearly top corner. But
at least I mentioned it.
But no, today just went right. We just went wide. So look, we're all deflated. We're all gutted. But look, when we sort of reflect back on it in a few weeks' time, and we can be immensely proud. And I think everyone can.
I think one for the football purists, Joe, more than the supporters. You've been in the game a very long time now as a professional footballer with Cheltenham. Coming back into a high level of non-league football with both Gloucester and with Chippenham. You've been around this racket quite a while and been around success. How do you pick yourself up from moments like this as a team, as an individual? Do you go away and stew on it, or is it a simple case of get the smile straight back on your face and get ready to go again? Yeah,
that's it. I think look, we've got a really good group, really tight knit. We've been together a little while now, and I think that always helps when you sort of stick a team together for a little bit of time. And everyone's really close. Like obviously yesterday we all went out for food, and we've got a really good group of lads here. So look, we'll have a few weeks off. I don't know when we're due back in for pre-season, but we'll take a few weeks, and when we come back, we can be confident next season that we can do it all again. And it's going to be tough by no stretch of the imagination, but yeah, we've got a good group, and we'll try our best again.
I think it's a real great thing for you to be standing here in front of the camera after a slightly disappointing result, saying that we're looking at going again next season. I think for a lot of supporters it's going to be a rather uncertain time now over the summer. We all know what it's like at the non-league level with comings and goings, but as for yourself, Joe, I mean, if it was offered to you right now, is Chippenham your home for next season? Is this where you want to be?
Well, you'll have to ask Gary in a minute, I think, but I've got no plans on going anywhere else. And yeah, look, obviously I know it's hard, in it. We just come off, we lost today, and everyone's a bit deflated and whatnot. But yeah, I think that's all we can do. Obviously, I think the gaffer's going to speak to us all this week, and that's what happens every year. So, well, we'll see if the gaffer sticks around for us.
I'm sure after a couple of these last performances, Joe, it's going to be very hard to overlook. But in terms of performances, I wanted to ask yourself, as a senior pro within the side, we've commented a few times this year on the comings and goings within the squad and how difficult it is sometimes to bed loan players in, to bring lads from the 23 set up into the first team. A bench made up of that today, with Zaid on loan from Crawley. We had Mo starting in there from Swindon. You've got Kinger who's made his way onto the pitch. Noah's made his way onto the pitch at a very important time, and a very brave decision from Gary to remove Jordan from the game, possibly with one eye on the next, and inject a bit of pace up there with Noah. And I thought he had a very good game. Kane coming on towards the end. it must be a real relief for you guys knowing that you've got the ability to trust in the boys that Joe's putting through, and knowing that they can bring themselves into games like this and not look out of place. I just wanted to sort of, as a senior pro, throw your opinion into the mix on what these lads have done for you and how important they've been to your season so far.
No, definitely. Like, obviously we wouldn't be here without them. I've been struggling the last few weeks, and Kane's come on brilliantly to help us out and done very well. And these are huge games. Like, there's a few fouls in here today, like there was the other night. And throughout the season, they've been training with us. They've been sort of getting in amongst it with the lads, getting involved with everything, like the food yesterday, etc., etc. And they're a part of the squad. So, no, Joe's done very well with them, and hopefully, I'm sure we'll see a few more come through next year.
Brilliant. Well, Hanksy, we'll let you get on, mate. Obviously, it's a long afternoon now. Obviously, in terms of returning back to your homes, and obviously you've got to go and have a little bit of a jolly up with your boys in a bar over there and a few drinks, and I think very, very well earned. Joe, from all of us here this year that have done anything with the media, you've been really, really good with us this year. Come over, always speaking to us, even in the disappointing times. I wish you all the very best for certainly the next couple of weeks. I personally hope that we see you again next season. But for now, Joe, season's done. Well done, mate. You've earned it. Well
Cheers,
done,
mate.
Top man, you.